Starts with this, the mark of the slaves.
Okay.
It was the first reserve currency ever known to man. Talar coin from the Roman empires. Spanish silver dollars from the Spanish monarchy.
Right.
It's a bridge. There's still a few things missing, but for the most part, the most important: U.S. dollar and Federal Reserve. Credit card, contactless, which is very interesting because this piece was made in 2014. It existed, the technology, but we didn't use it to pay as we use it now. And then a bit of a future that it's either chipped or barcode. But then he ends with the mark of the slaves again. Because one of the things that he puts here on the shredded is that experts say that in less than 10 years, we're phasing out of paper currency. We're not having any paper anymore. Everything's going to be digital on the banks. And we're going to end up being slaves of some entity or some government or something.
Yeah.
It's
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to all you Akim out there pushing this truth across the four winds so we can seal the elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, it's the brother Yerah. Lord willing, coming back to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing to feed the body and edify the sheep in all spirit, faith, truth, sincerity, and doctrine. All right. And as you can see, with this lesson title, I'm not sure exactly right now what I'm gonna call it through the spirit, but it's gonna have something to do with this art piece that you see right here that was played in this video. Okay. And the artist that created this Moneyball sphere, all right, is Alberto right here, Alberto Gavira, okay, and it's called the Moneyball. All right, the Moneyball, and this guy's from Venezuela, I believe, or it's like Argentina. Excuse me, Argentina. All right, so he might be an Israelite. All right, I'm not sure, but this is definitely concerning prophecy. Okay, because at the bottom here, I don't know the guy that's speaking, that's breaking down this art piece, but he starts off by saying that at the bottom of the sphere here, where this guy's pointing, okay, is the evolution of money, okay, in different empires. And he even mentions the United States with the Federal Reserve, okay. But notice he starts off by saying that the first money, okay, were the marking of slaves, okay. Then he goes down the past empires, the present empire, and then he goes into the future, okay, where he says that we're going to go into a biometric money system, okay, and then ultimately it's gonna end with the piercing of the slaves, okay, as far as the evolution of money, okay, and for you brothers in the spirit, that should make your spiritual spidey senses tingle because that lines up with prophecy. All right, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 13. This is a future prophecy once during the time of Babylon's destruction, okay, Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay. And this is what the other nations that do business with America. All right. And Revelation 18 and 13, it says, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Okay. Going back to the sphere. Okay. Now I looked it up. All right. This money ball sphere. Okay. This is a shredded ball of shredded money. All right. Up to $1 million. Okay. And it was made back in 2014. All right. You know what? Yeah. Through the spirit. I think that's what I'm going to call it. Okay. This is further prophecy. This is further evidence of the mark of the beast being the RFID CHIP. Okay. Further proof. Okay. So this devil, he wants to collect the souls of men. Okay. All right. Because under a kingship, okay, when you're a ruler and you're a king, all right, you're not a king without servants, without slaves. Okay. And this devil wants to continue his kingship, his rulership. Okay. So he wants to do what? He wants to collect the souls of men. All right. By doing what? By piercing them through. Okay. With his mark. All right. So As you can see here, this is the a website for this art piece. It's on sale, but I want to go through these pictures. Okay, like I said, down at this bottom of the sphere, all right, he goes through the kingdoms. Okay, so this is what it starts off with right here. Okay, ADMD. All right, mark of the slave. See, notice it has a dollar sign with a piercing like a nail. See, so he's saying through his art piece, this is how it started. Okay, but let's see how it's gonna end. Okay, this is the future of money right here. Okay, look, it says near future. All right, biochip. Look, biochip body. See, and notice, look, it has a chip. All right, not a picture of Caesar Borgia, not the word sin, IUIC. All right, but an RFID chip. All right, on the foreheads or in the foreheads of this person, symbolizing the future of money. Look, it says biochip body as commodity. Okay, I believe it says commodity or something like that, communication or something. All right, look at that. You see, look, it says the forehead and the hand. See, and I believe this is the right hand, which lines up with the scriptures, man. And then look, there's a dollar sign with a piercing. Okay, with that broken reed. See, it lines up with the scriptures, man. So let's get that. Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And it reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right. And that original beast is the Roman Empire. Okay. In America, all right, with NATO, the EU nations, okay, with America, all right, riding that beast, okay, is the new Roman Empire. Okay. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay. So they're going to push this whole new structure of life. Okay. Which is going to be centered around this new digital system. Okay. Everything is going digital. Okay. You want to do anything. You want to fly. You want to drive. You want to eat. You want to buy. You want to purchase things. You want to sell things. You want to pay your rent. Okay. You want to subscribe to certain things and watch your favorite television show. You're going to need this digital payment system. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to be killed. You're going to be cut off. You're going to be severed from society. You see, you're not going to be able to live. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, the whole spectrum of people on the planet. Okay. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Well, that's right on the picture. Look, right hand, forehead. See? Right hand, forehead. And you're going to be pierced, all right, to symbolize what? Let's keep going. All right. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, saith he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. See? You're not going to be able to purchase, you're not going to be able to live and thrive in society without having his mark within your right hand or in your forehead. See? That biochip within your body. See? I think it was another picture as well. Let me see. All right, contactless payments. Okay. All right. Payment using mobile devices. Well, we're already in this era. Okay. We've already lived this era. Okay. There's a chip inside of your card. There's a chip inside of, you know, you can use your phone. See, look, there's an iPhone right here. Okay. Where that you can use, you can tap to pay, contactless payments. See? But eventually it's going to lead to this biometric system. Okay. Where everything is going to be within your body. Okay. You see? So that's what it's coming down to. Now I want to grab this here really quickly. All right, giving a little more information about this art piece. All right. So I asked the chat, briefly tell me about Alberto Gavira. All right, Moneyball art concerning forms of payment. Okay, now I just want to read a little bit of this. All right. It says the Moneyball 2014. All right, that's when it was created. is a sculpture made with a with $1 million authentic US dollars that have been shredded and encased in a blown glass sphere with the stainless steel, it's like stainless steel. The physical transformation of money into art challenges how we think about currency and value. Okay, let's see. Let's go down here. All right, artistic themes related to payment. It says Cayman, all right, the artist explores money as energy and symbol, suggesting that currencies influence goes beyond economics into spirituality and culture. You see, and yes, it is because this devil. All right, let's read it again. All right, he wants to collect the souls of men. Okay, by the time Babylon is destroyed, he would have collected the souls of men. Okay, not all men, of course. All right, because we know that we're going to have it's prophesied that the elect is not going to take his mark. All right, Esau is going to be the Shang Song of the earth. Okay, collecting souls. Your soul is mine. See, all right, but that's this devil's goal, man. All right, so let's continue. It says he likens money's role in society to other forms of energy that shape human experience. Yeah, because people want to kill, steal, and destroy for money, right? I'm chasing the bag. You see, women, you can't, well, at least the black woman, right? You can't even talk to them unless you have a certain amount of money. See, it says goes on to say his work investigates the evolution of transactional systems from physical currency to digital and future monetary forms. You see that? Digital and future monetary forms, questioning how those systems control or reflect human values by shredding currencies, blah, 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 da, da, da. Okay. Look, it says here, in short, Moneyball uses the material of money itself to critique and reframe the concept of payment, pushing viewers to consider money. Okay, anyway, but back up here, all right, back up here, I'm gonna highlight it for you. Okay, from physical currency to digital future monetary forms. Okay, so this devil, they have this, uh, uh, um, idea of piercing everyone on the planet, okay, and monitoring them, okay, becoming a god to them, okay, and using the excuse, well, here, well, this is the direction we're headed towards, okay. The world is changing, and you need to change with it. You see, if you want to be a part of this new society, this new image of the world and how it's ran, you're gonna have to get this chip, okay. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1 and 2, and it reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Okay, well, Esau, Edom, the wicked, all right, whom the earth was given into the hand of, right, only has the power to decree unrighteous decrees or mandates or laws. Okay, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, prescribed is pre-written. Okay, pre-planned. Okay, so why is the world headed towards a central bank digital currency? All right, I always reference this website, and I'm going to continue to reference this website, okay, because it updates, I believe, every day. Okay, look, the last update was December 2025. All right, December 28th, 2025. Okay, but look, the CBDC tracker. What does CBDC stand for? The Central Bank Digital Currencies. Okay, and then this is the updated status on why is the whole world, look, this is every nation on the planet, why is the whole world moving towards a central bank digital currency? You see, and what's inside your wallet that's going to help you live in this new design society, this new digital society? Well, it's going to be not on you or in your pocket, it's going to be in your flesh. Okay, so this was already pre-planned, prescribed. Okay. This is the status of every nation. Okay. Canceled, research, proof of concept, which is the United States, right? Pilot, which is Russia, right? And these other countries, right? and or launched already. See, all right, like what is this? Nigeria. See, they're already under that digital currency. Okay, and I believe Jamaica too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yep, Jamaica launched already. See, all right, let's go back here. Isaiah 10:2. To turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor. Well, the poor, it says, the poor of my people. Well, the Lord's people, all right, the poor are the Israelites, you so called blacks, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, man. Okay. That widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. See? All right. And let me also get this Micah 2. I believe it's Micah 2. All right. But in the MSG version. Okay. Yep. Micah 2 and 1. All right. But in the MSG version. Okay. The message version of the Bible. And it reads, doomed to those who plot evil, who go to bed dreaming up crimes. See, this Esau, man. All right. He can't go to sleep according to the scriptures. He can't go to sleep unless he commits crimes, unless he pushes and does some type of evil. You see, as soon as it's morning, they're off full of energy doing what they've planned. See, they're already planned this, man. All right. It's just not a Moneyball art piece, man. Okay. This is bigger than this. Okay. But everybody can see their plans. Everybody can see their schemes. Everybody can see what direction this world is headed towards and what direction Esau Edom is pushing society towards. Okay. A biochip body as communication. All right. You know, I don't know what that word says right there. All right. You see, it says, yeah, but that goes into something else. But, you know, that's pretty much the point. Okay. And the men, the prophets, the apostles of Great Millstone have been telling you people, okay, have been warning you Israelites about this for decades now. Okay. All right. About this RFID chip, starting with Apostle Tahar. Okay. And the apostles of Great Millstone, man. Okay. And no matter how many people scoff at it, all right, or try to say that it's not, the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast. All right. You can look around, you can open your eyes and look around at society, okay, and can tell that the society is headed towards this RFID hit, man, that we've been warning you about. So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 33, and it reads, okay, and this is concerning the watchmen, okay, the Israelites, okay, the prophets prophesying to the nation of Israel, you Israelites. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Okay. All right. You people will see that the men of Great Millstone, all right, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. Okay. Starting with the apostles have been prophets among you. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna end it there. I just wanted to do something real quick, you know, through the spirit. All right. I'm gonna end it there. Lord willing, this edifying to the body and it fed the sheep through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This has been more proof or more evidence that the RFID C-hip is the mark of the beast or the charagma that's spoken about in Revelation chapter 13. All right. So shalom and a baba ball.